Howdy, folks. Rebecca Jolly from Jolly Alchemy here. Today, I will be doing a neutrino transit or forecast for Monday, the 28th of July, 2025. So we have a little bit of a complicated situation going on here because we have all kinds of shiftings between the right angle through the juxtaposition and into the left angle. So the right angle is unexpected, and the juxtaposition cross that we will have passed through just last night and into the very tip of this morning is the juxtaposition cross of influence. I told you we were coming into influence. Here it is. So these juxtaposition people are very much into, this particular juxtaposition cross, into being influential. They have the underneath support going from 27 and 28, which is, again, nurturing and risk-taking, into 24 and 44. 24 is coming out of the mind in the center towards the crown chakra, and that's the gate of thinking of things over and over again, running through in your mind to make sense of them. And 44 is, there it is right there, situational awareness. And it's really in this channel of the great salesperson, so it's wanting to be very influential right there. And then we'll be moving into today the left angle cross of the alpha. Now the left angle cross is transpersonal always, so that's going to have the most influence over the most amount of people because it's specifically dealing with other people, as opposed to those right angles, which are really internally focused, so they don't tend to have as much of an influence naturally on a lot of other people just because of the nature of them being into their own thing. So, our scarf situation today is slightly unexpected in that it is the shirt I usually wear. You tell me if it's influential or looking to be an alpha leadership type of thing. I can't be the judge of that. That's you. But here's me doing me. So, not afraid to let it hang out. All right, we have 31.5 and 41.5 for our sun and earth after we've gone into that left angle of the alpha. And so that is 31.5 attitude, leadership in accordance with inner attitude. Now that alpha is coming out of the throat here on the logical side and coming down to the G center. So that gate is right there. That's wanting to be in charge and lead. And 5 is in accordance with inner attitude. And then 41.5, 41 is coming out of the root center here. This is our initiation, our initiating codon. So this is the beginning of the whole emotional process over here, leading towards the emotional center. And 41.5 is authorization, as the potential has been recognized. So we're talking about people who have been recognized, authorized, and given leadership capability to ease our minds, that mental working, and to ease our fears, because the splenic center is really all about fears. In this case, it's the fear of the past and the fear of extinction. So they are people who are giving us patterns into the future to ease our minds and let us know it's okay. Everybody's going to have enough. We are going to survive. So they are very powerful and influential people. Ra says that you will see these children who are juxtaposition crosses trying to be an influence from the very beginning. They're in nursery school trying to influence all the other children and right on up. They're not necessarily aware of it because we still have a little bit of that unexpected energy going on. So they're not aware that they might unexpectedly become leaders, but they're definitely feeling that energy and that push inside of themselves. So our moon energy for today is just finishing up with 64, and 64 is awareness of confusion. That gate again here is on the other side of 47, coming out of the crown and coming down into the mind. And 64-4 is internal assuredness, when sensible action is possible. So it's getting to the end of that sense of confusion and feeling like, okay, I can begin to see a way through the confusion. And it will be moving into through the day, as I said, 47, which is awareness of confusion and trying to solve the confusion. And then gate 6, we will also be going through, which is the gate of diplomacy. Gate 6 is right here, coming out of the emotion center. This is the beginning of the entire waveform complex out of the solar plexus towards the sacral center. So this is the channel of creation, creativity, mating, sexuality. It's the part of us that says, wait a second, I got a problem with you. And then the 59 on the other side, right there, that's in orange for me, is, oh, well, let me overcome your qualms and your doubts with some kind of sexuality. In my case, preemptive sexuality. Just bash it down. Let's break down that barrier. So, because both 47 and 6 are featured in the transit and other places, we're probably not going to feel those very strongly, even if we are reflectors. But it's nice to know those energies are there and being strengthened just a little bit by what's going on in the moon today. We also have a shift in Mercury, which is still in retrograde, into 33.5, and 33.5 is timing, to keep one's intentions secret with appropriate timing. Let's see, 33 is coming out of the throat, headed down on the G center on the opposite side of this channel of leadership or alpha. And it's all about secrecy and withdrawal, retreat. So that's why we have this energy of not quite engaging with people, not quite ready, but the line 5 is still wanting to be able to come out and begin to have something practical to say. Our Mars energy changes to 6, line 2. This is where that 6 was. I told you the 6 is right there. And 6-2 is the gorilla, to find the weakest point. So this is what I'm talking about with diplomacy. It's like, how we work out things together, how we have bumps in relationships together. And this gorilla energy is definitely a bump in the relationship kind of thing. It also has a shadow on it, or that energy, and that is a lack of sensitivity, blunders into conflicts, which are then dominated by blind rage, as there is no way of retreat. I know somebody who carries this energy. It's actually this person right here. 6, and it happens to be that line 2, and it does have this shadow on it. And I can say that there have been a few times, diplomatic and careful and kind as this person is, when there have been some insensitive kind of blunders that caused at least me to have some sort of a blind rage. So yeah, there is that energy there. And we also have in Venus, it'll be shifting. It's still like just barely, and then into 12.5. So 12.5 is pragmatism, pragmatic caution with regards to society. 12 is coming out of the throat here and heading towards the emotional center. And because we have 22 in our nodes, this 12-22 will be connected to everyone today, thereby activating the throat and the emotional center for everyone on the planet. So this gives everyone on the planet some bit of manifesting energy to experiment with today, and that energy will be continuing into tomorrow, where we will finally have that connection broken when the 12 moves out of Venus, and Venus gets another number and we have a different energy. So a lot of stuff going on. Our song for today is The Cure. It's a little bit unexpected. It's definitely influential, like whether you want it or not. Definitely that energy is there. And yeah, The Cure by Watkins Family Hour. What a nice song. What a nice energy. And it's the song that came up for today. So I am conveying it to you, as I am all this information. So let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you have responses, and I will get back to you in the comments section. You can also come and see me at jollyalchemy.com, where I am getting ready to offer classes, workshops. I do private readings, all kinds of things. Come see what I got. Check it out. Until tomorrow, take care. Bye.